Hey everyone, it's Laura Van Veen from the Van Veen team at Excel Realty, and today I'm super excited to be talking to you about home renovations. Okay, so I'm gonna try to give you guys a survival guide today on how to live through home renovations. Whether you've just bought a new house and you want to gut it and do all of your own things, or whether you're maybe doing some renovations to get your house to sell, home renovations can be really scary to live through, especially with pets and kids. And I have been renovating my place for about 2.5 years now, so I've got a few tips to kind of help you get through the trials and tribulations. All right, so we're gonna break it down. Let's get going. Okay, your survival tip number 1 is going to be keep a section of your house totally clean as your sanctuary. So this is something that I really need. My mental load gets really overloaded if my house is a mess. And we all live in a mess, especially with kids. But it's nice to have one area that you can go and be like, this is my place to relax. This is my place to forget about the renovation. So pick one room. It could be the bathroom if you want. Just make one room be your place where it is completely untouched and it's clean. Clean it up every day so you feel like you have a place to kind of hang out and that you're not gonna be stressed, okay? So that's number 1. Your number 2 tip is going to be, you're gonna not like me for this. Pack what you don't need from the room and put it away somewhere. This is something that I tell people too when they're getting their house ready to sell is pack, 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 pack. Put everything away that you can. So, you take all your clothes, any knickknacks, things like that, and then you'll find when you're done your renovation as well that you might not need to bring all that stuff back out. Maybe you could live without some of it. So that's number 2. The less stuff you have in your room, way better, okay? Number 3 is make sure that you have everything you need before you begin. This is my biggest pet peeve. I hate this one. Every time that I do even a small renovation, even if I'm painting a room, it seems like I get everything set up. I've got the ladders, I've got things packed away, I've cleaned down all of the baseboards, I'm ready to go. I start painting and halfway through I'm covered in paint, no makeup, hair up in a mess, looking like a hot mess, and I gotta go back out to the Home Depot or wherever I'm getting my stuff from and go pick up more things because I forget something. And a lot of times my dear husband, poor guy, I sent him out to do it all so that I don't have to go out. But that's a big pet peeve. Try to make a checklist beforehand. Make sure you have everything so it's not stressful when you start and so you can feel some sense of achievement when it's done because it actually fully got done, not 80% got done. All right, so that's number 3. Number 4 tip is cover all of your furnishings with draped cloths to combat dust. Especially when you're doing any drywall stuff, any dusting, just cover everything. Get old sheets even, cover up everything, and then that way you don't have to do a whole giant dust afterwards. Also, shop vacs come in handy. If you don't have one, borrow one from a friend. Hit me up if you need one. Use a shop vac so that you can scoop everything up, and that makes life a little bit easier too. Number 5, this one you've heard a ton of times, I'm sure. Leave extra room in the budget because there's always things that come up. Especially if you're doing a big giant renovation, you should almost take about 20% to 25% above your quote. Make sure you have it tucked aside so that when something big happens or there's something unexpected, especially if you're in an old house, holler to the old houses out there. Make sure you have that extra money aside, and that way it's not, completely overwhelming when something goes wrong. Number 6 is, this is something I always do just because I like to see the process, but take pictures throughout the process in stages. Number 1 reason why you want to do that is for your own self-satisfaction because a lot of times you feel like, when is this ever going to be done? But then when you look back at where you began and each step of the way, it makes things a lot easier. So that's, and then, oh, the second reason you want to take pictures is for resale value. Because then when I come and list your house and you have all these beautiful pictures of what you've done, we leave those out on the table. And if people want to see proof of the renovations or just kind of what has happened to the house, you have beautiful picture proof of what has happened in the time that you've owned the house. Number 7, this is for the little ones. You want to try to maintain routines as much as possible. You know, I find routines with kids is like, oh, it's so useful and they need to have them. And it can be, if you're feeling stressed about a renovation, think about how stressed out the poor little kids are about the renovations. So you want to make sure you're trying to keep those routines. Bedtime is bedtime. Try to eat at the same time of the day, even if you're eating out of the house every night. Just try to keep some structure for them so they don't get completely overwhelmed as well. Number 8 I have is, okay, your house is going to be stressful and usually it'll be your haven. Now all of a sudden, big time stress zone. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to take away some of the stress in other areas of your life if possible. So get a really good night's rest. Go to bed a little earlier. Try to eat healthy. You know, go for a nice big long walk just to clear your mind and try to eliminate stress wherever you can outside of the renovation to help with your mental load. And the last one that I have is something that I think is huge for everyday life. It's just stay positive and keep a gratitude journal, you know, and think about what you're grateful for every single day. You know, and then when things go wrong, you can be like, hey, I'm grateful that we get to do this renovation. I'm grateful that one day this renovation will be done. There's things to be grateful for throughout the process, and the more you are grateful about those things, the happier you'll be, the better the renovation process will be for you, and it'll all end up being wonderful in the end. Okay, so there you have it. There's some tips for you for surviving your home renovation. I hope you guys had an awesome time watching this video. I hope this helps out a little bit. Maybe it'll even spark you to start a renovation that you've been scared of to do. Anyway, so like and share, comment, send this along to all your friends, and I hope that we can still keep you informed and talk about some really cool topics, and we're gonna get some guests on pretty shortly as well. So thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Laura Van Veen. I'm with Excel Realty out of Chatham, Kent, and I'm trying to service all of your real estate needs and become your information sales representative. So have a great day and enjoy Chatham, Kent.